Welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna talk about how to implement swimming mechanics in Unity. First thing you need to know is what do we need to implement it. We're gonna need a character controller, an underwater effect, and animation for swimming. For the character controller, I'm gonna use a third person starter asset. It's a free asset in Unity, you can download it. And for the underwater effect, I have a short video on my channel, you can watch it before watching this video. For the swimming animation, I'm gonna download some animation from Maximo. I'm gonna download this one for idle and this one for the swimming. I'm gonna download it with two different intensity to make a movement variation. Starting in Unity, first thing, import the third person asset. Open the asset folder, prefab and nested person. Drag it into scene. I'm gonna disable the touch input, I don't need it. And for the main camera, I'm gonna enable post-processing. Now open the controller script, we're gonna have a quick overview about it now. First thing, we have the variables that control the ground check. We use the ground check to check if the player is touching the ground or not. We're gonna do something like that to check if the player is in the water or not. Now we have the three main functions running on the update: the gravity check, the ground check, and the move. First one we're gonna see is a ground check. We take a vector 3 of the player position minus a ground offset. Then we use a check sphere to check if the player is touching the ground layer. If it's true, we mark grounded as true and we update the animator. And for the move function, we are not gonna explain everything about it. We just have these two lines. We use a character controller to move the player, we calculate the target direction and move the player according to it. We are not going to use this one, so delete these lines. So now what do we need to change here? First, we need to check if the player is in the water or not. Second, we need to switch between walking and swimming. And last thing, we need to calculate movement and swimming direction. To check if the player is in water or not, duplicate the ground check variables and rename it. And for grounded check, duplicate it. We're gonna use the same thing, just change the variables from the ground to water. We're gonna use the same check sphere with the sphere position and everything. And to add a new animator parameter, just like I did, you add a new integer, and in assign function you assign it using animator string to hash. Make sure to use the same name you have in your animator. And now in the move function, if you are in the water, use the swimming direction. We're gonna explain this now. And else, you use the movement directions. To calculate the swimming and movement direction, you need the camera forward and right vectors. You normalize both of them, multiply them by the player movement. You multiply the player y-axis with the forward direction and the x-axis with the right direction, and then you return the sum. In the movement, make sure to set the y-axis for forward and right vectors 0. And last thing, you can add some gizmos to make the debugging easier. Now back to Unity, adjust the water offset value. Make sure to set the water layer to water. And for the all objects with water mesh, assign them to the water layer. Add a box collider to all the objects of the water mesh, adjust the size, and exclude all of the layers. We don't need it for interactions, we only need it to check sphere if the player is in the water or not. Now open the player animator, copy the walking blend tree, and switch the animation to the swimming animation. You can add a lot of swimming animation as much as you want. Play with every animation speed until you get something you like. And now add an animator property. Make sure to use the same name you used in the script. Make a transition between the walking blend tree and swimming blend tree. Disable the exit time and use the condition in water true and false. Now we have a working swimming mechanics, but we can improve it. One of the things we can add to improve it is the underwater effect. We check every frame if the camera is under the water or not, and if it's true, we enable the post-processing effect plus the fog. To do it in your script, add a game object, which is the one with the post-processing effect, and in the update, you check if the camera y-axis is less than -2, which is the water mesh position in my game. If it's 2, you enable the game object with the post-processing effect and you enable the fog, else you disable both of them. Another thing is to run the gravity and jump function and the ground check only if the player is not in the water. And here we go, now we have a functional swimming mechanics.